Yeah.
And boo. Alright, we're alive. Let's go.
Huzzah!
Adventure!
Okay.
Huzzah!
um. Cool. Yeah, let's get started. Last week on Dungeons and Dragons, I struggled with that. Last week, you guys started early in the morning in Baldur's Gate, heading out to the northernmost part of Blackgate to go get either hired or buy yourself onto some caravans to follow the cultists north. You all managed to get onto different caravans various ways. Eli catching someone's attention by selling healing potions and intriguing him with stories and mechanists, and Elba offers to help make sure a poor man's cart full of porcelain doesn't fall apart, etc., etc. And you guys do confirm that there are cultists in this caravan with you. You recognize an elven man who was described to you by Akin Celeban the night before, and Kira notices someone who might recognize him. You all then head out of Baldur's Gate, leaving it behind after about a 10-day there. And we do a lot of roleplay. You guys meet all the members of your various wagons that you're traveling with. Maybe start making some friendships. And a few days into the journey, when you start hitting the Fields of the Dead, the part of the Sword Coast as it gets more wild, things get tense. And a few days after that, you all spot a group of Peritons, which are the weird bird stag creatures whose shadows are humanoid and like to eat elves and then give birth after eating a humanoid heart.
God.
They're weird.
And they have humanoid shadows for some reason.
Yup. But you guys, after successfully identifying them thanks to Elba, are able to take them out efficiently. They cause no trouble to the caravan, and you continue on your journey. And it's a few days after that where we left off, as you guys were traveling once again to the Fields of the Dead, and we stopped as Boyd, the leader of the caravan, the half-elf man, very violently pulled his cart to a stop, causing everyone to kind of have a domino effect, like trying to get their horses to stop as fast as they can. And everyone who was nearby, and I assume all of you, rushed up towards the front to see what he was doing, as he was kind of trying to gesture for people to start backing up, probably handing off his reins to someone else. And you saw, as you looked around the corner of this like hillside, a large group of hobgoblins, who seemed to be harassing a much smaller group of people who have hidden behind like a overturned cart, and you see on the other side of the cart is a horse dead, and the I'm not on the right page. The hobgoblins seem to be holding different weapons, and the people hidden behind the cart who don't seem to notice you guys yet are holding like crossbows, but they seem hesitant to go up and over to like look over the top in fear of being attacked by these hobgoblins who seem to be almost lying in wait as it starts to grow a little darker out. And I'll move you guys to the map, which your tokens are all against the side, but technically you'd all be kind of gathered up behind the hillside that you'll be able to see.
Yeah. I mean, I probably
so
took...
be moving from different spaces. Go
I
ahead.
probably took off from the caravan as we're slowing down. So I'm probably like flying up over the rest, but yeah.
Yeah. You'd all generally be more. It's not working. Here. And gathered up behind there. So I'll
Here-
say
here-
as. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead. I was gonna make a joke.
Yeah. As we eventually get started, you'll be moving more from these squares than where you might be. But there you go.
See, big fireball.
I was about to make the joke. All the enemies are clustered up. It's for me.
um,
Yeah, that
but
big boy fireball.
Whoop. For the sake of things, we ended as one of the hobgoblins looked over towards you all and noticed. We want to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Out of character, and this is because mostly because I tend to have a problem with the lore when I'm hopping between Pathfinder and 5e. Are hobgoblins considered like civilized people, or I can't remember if they're like, oh, it's chill. They should
We
be.
a playable race.
Yeah, they are a playable
Yeah.
race, but so are the whatchamacallit, the snake people who are considered evil in most cases.
Yeah. Hobgoblins are evil. They're considered evil. They're almost like orcs, like considered the same way as orcs. They're an evil group of goblin people. They have a lot more structure in their societies. They're very they're known to have like military groups with leaders and like different ranks in their like clans.
They're
But they
goblins
are
that aren't
generally
useless.
evil. Yeah.
They're like they're feasibly competent.
um,
Actually, sorry, I do have a quick question,
yes.
which is, would it be fair to assume that we are typically stopping when it gets dark?
We
Yes.
have been, yes.
Yes, okay. In that case, I wouldn't have these equipped. I would have probably a buff to my armor. So my AC should be 1 higher.
We'll organize my character sheet while we wait for Robert.
Initiative.
What?
I thought I had pressed the initiative, but I guess I hadn't.
Oh,
Nope. Or at least it hadn't gone through.
there you go.
Wow.
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 Robert with his big dick +6 to initiative.
Try hard.
He did, unfortunately, just BRB. Oh, he's back.
Thankfully, my bathroom's really close to my desk. So.
But yeah, as we get started, it is Gira's turn.
Surprise.
Right.
Surprise, surprise.
This one that looks different. Does he seem more like a ranged person, or?
One of them, specifically this one, is the one who noticed you guys. They don't seem like they're a ranged person. They're more heavily armored, and they both have like great swords.
Ah,
Gotcha.
commander types. Generals.
I wish it was dark outside.
Not yet.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna take shots off at yeah. Let's just shoot the guy that noticed us.
Okay.
Let me check it's the. Oh, okay. I gotta check the range on Hunter's Mark. Hold on.
Okay.
90 feet. Am I close?
Mm.
Almost close enough. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of a step forward here. That should do it, right? Hey, all right. I will Hunter's Mark him and then attack.
Cool. Whoop. He is marked.
4. And I'm using sharpshooter as well.
Sounds good. Oh, unfortunately, a 13 won't hit.
But you also get
A
that
17 will.
20,
Let me.
God, 23 points of damage.
Are they they are considered humanoids. So,
And
19.
an extra 2 for Hunter's Mark as well.
Yeah. 19, 23, 25, 31.
Yeah.
You don't have sneak attack. Do you have sneak attack?
Not yet, no. I do not have
Okay.
advantage on the attack, and nobody
Okay.
is really in melee. So.
Oh.
Then 25.
And then I will use the rest of my movement speed to fly up here.
Sounds good.
Flying boots.
You see this first hobgoblin turns and notices you guys, and before they can say something to their companions, one arrow goes flying through like the leaves behind him, and then the second one you hit him directly in the chest, for 25 points of damage. Ugh. It like stumbles back, and you see all the other hobgoblins like turn their attention away from the people who are huddled behind this overturned cart towards you specifically, because you're the only one who's caught their attention, other than this guy. I assume that's your turn.
One last question: how
Go
high
ahead.
is this cliff face?
Probably like 20 or 25, 30 feet.
Let's say. I didn't think this through.
I had to make a guess based on like the abstraction.
Yeah. We'll go with 20 feet?
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Is that a cave?
Looks like it.
Looks like it.
Okay.
Cool. I assume that's your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
I know exactly who made this map, though. Because I know the art style, and I know the artist. I've used a lot of their maps.
Cool. You see the dwarven lady, in case you don't remember. She is traveling with Haskell and Z. Eldkin is standing like behind Alba, and draws a hulking crossbow, and rushes forward in front of you guys. Up to here. And you see some of the hobgoblins turn their heads again to look over towards her as she raises the crossbow and takes I think only one shot with the crossbow. Yeah, takes a shot. I can roll their rolls publicly because they're your friends. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Thunk.
Hey-o. Kablam.
Unfortunately, won't hit.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it like digs itself into the ground next to one of their feet. And then it's Haskell's turn.
Yeah. I'm going to. Haskell's going to bite his wrist and bleed all over his fangs and claws as a bonus action. And take 3 damage in the process.
Ow.
Nom 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 nom.
Owie.
I get you're hungry, Haskell, but like, can you wait?
So now his claws and teeth are wreathed in lightning,
Uh-huh.
and he's going to join the dwarf lady
Mm-hmm.
and shoot at the same guy Agira shot at.
Cool.
Because pack tactics. Not that he literally has those. Aww.
Unfortunately, you also won't hit.
Aww. Wait, but I'm level 5, so he gets another one of these.
Hey.
That one will hit.
Aw, minimum.
You deal another 4 damage, hitting him again in the shoulder, very close by to where Garrett hit him. Not dealing quite the same amount of damage, but you do damage.
Hell yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's all for now.
Cool. Double check. La-di-da. Beep. Bade, is standing a little further behind you guys. And as soon as, like, he turns his head, and notices you're starting to approach, and for probably Eli, who's the closest to him, you just hear shit, as he turns and, like, shoves the reins to his horses, like, into somebody's hands, and starts running up towards you guys. And I'll say he's like 10 feet behind Eli. So he can run. He can run. I gotta click on the thing. So 10 plus 2. That's 1. Can't get close enough. He will run like this far. Just sprinting past you. And as he does so, he starts to pull out both a rapier and a dagger, and like mid-run throws the dagger at the one you guys are assaulting.
What a throw. If he hits-
Ugh. Oh, you guys can't see that one. I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Unfortunately won't put him down, but it'll get him pretty close. Nope, I did math wrong. He needs another 2 points of health. And as he throws it, you see him going to assumedly pull out another dagger, and keep running.
That's crazy. With crit damage, he wasn't able to bring him down.
It is just a D4,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
daggers are kind of garbage.
I'm gonna move her token up here because she's staying put, as she'd probably move down anyways. But as she pulls out a longbow and takes a shot, not as keen to get in exact combat. Unfortunately, with just 2 damage, also won't put him down.
Jesus Christ. 6 arrows sticking out of his body, he won't go down.
as this poor hobgoblin is like stumbling backwards as he's being assaulted by like 6 different attacks at once. And you see all the others like getting ready to come at you guys as it's Eli's turn.
All right. So Eli's gonna go to here,
Got it.
and
Starts
I say the line.
anyways, I
I
start
cast.
laughing.
I cast Eldritch Blast.
Hey!
So 15 won't hit, unfortunately.
Well, that's all I've got, friends.
Nope.
You're level 5.
Yeah, you're level 5. You get another blast.
Do I?
Yeah.
I'm not a level 5 warlock though.
Doesn't
No,
matter
that's
for-
not how 5e works.
Oh, really?
You just
Yeah.
have to be level 5.
You just
yeah.
need to be level
Oh.
5.
Okay.
What?
God
Well,
damn. Double
I hate my life. You guys.
If you're not, even if you're not a full level warlock, once you hit level 5, you still get the second Eldritch
Yeah.
Blast.
Oh,
Cantrips
It just applies to Eldritch Blast?
no, it applies to any cantrip. Cantrips
Yeah,
are
any
just
Fire
based on
twice.
character level, not class level.
Oh,
okay.
I did not know this.
I understand now. I was like, what are you talking about?
That is one of the things that 5e has that, in difference with Pathfinder that I really like, because it's like, oh, you can mix and match.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, you can mix and match magic and martial classes, and you don't lose out on your magical prowess.
Yeah. But yeah. Eli, you run forward to join up with Pascal and whatever her name is. It's Eldkin.
Wow.
Yeah. I've had a long week. And you bring one hand forward and does the Iron Man thing as it like the plates shift back and you shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts. You catch probably maybe some leaves on fire as they sizzle out. But I assume that's your turn.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Cool.
Pretty sure there ain't shit else I can do.
Alright. I'm gonna, as I was already flying up, I'm gonna fly forward and a little bit further upwards. I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna just shout at them. Alright, you have 3 seconds to lower your weapons or I'm gonna incinerate the lot of you. Right, 3, 2, and I'm gonna count down and I'm preparing to cast Fireball at the center of them. Unless they immediately drop their weapons.
They're not going to drop their weapons on.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Fireball.
I'm sure they're super inclined to do so.
Yep. Hang on. It's a 20-foot radius.
You get all but this one over here.
5, 10, 15, 20. One more. There you go.
This is the only one that doesn't get hit.
That's a dex save, right?
Yeah.
It is a dex
Okay.
save.
I'll divide them into groups. This group, this group, this group.
Yeah.
I'm not
there.
rolling saves for all of them.
Let me roll the fireball damage. Huzzah!
I guess you miss out on 3. I forget it's kind of wonky with the squares. It's not necessarily 20.
Huzzah!
Only 24 points
okay,
of damage.
let me roll. Is it save for half?
Save for half, yes. DC 15.
See this one. That's, oh my god. I mean, it's still gonna die, but
Yeah.
no matter what.
Damage is definitely dead.
Ugh.
Yeah.
He is dead. No, put it back. Please.
Oh, I'm just okay. Too late. Give me 1 second. 20, 20. Okay.
I mean,
It's everyone but the one in the.
this guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how many do I have to roll? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is it
1, 2, 3,
centered
4.
on? Wait, no, hang on. got the slice run.
Aren't they supposed to be centered on the intersection of squares, not a square itself?
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Oh shit. So I didn't realize how much HP they had. It doesn't matter what their saves were.
Like, please lower your weapons, or I will incinerate you. No, incinerate.
Oh,
I guess
oh
it's-
wait, this guy.
This one.
He's not in the circle.
Now that I
Drop
think
your
about it.
weapons, or I'll incinerate all of you. Ha! Bullshit. Fuck. Do you ever just think about like PTSD like anyone has if there's a wizard in a war? Just like the same as mortars going off next to you. Like one moment your friend's there, and then they're just fucking gone.
The guy on the top
Jesus
right
Christ.
gets affected as well, I think.
Ugh.
There we
Ow.
go.
So there's 2 alive now.
Yeah, you see not only the hobgoblins, but literally everyone. Like you can see this guy out on the edge who didn't get hit, and like also Bade and Eldkin who are pretty close, just like suddenly flinch away as it just explodes, and the tree that caught a little on fire from that Eldritch Blast is definitely on fire. As the smoke clears and it's mostly dead bodies, except for one of them and the one on the outside. And you see the one on the outside turns their head to look towards you again, and then glance towards their companion.
Ooh, a prepared action.
Ooh.
Which unfortunately he's not going to be able to use it.
You see, for anyone standing nearby, which would be Elba, the Orvusia, the one of the people traveling with you, had like gotten to draw her bow and then just stopped, like staring as Z cast fireball. The and will after a moment like shake her head a little and go to pull out her bow the rest of the way. And we'll take a shot against the guy on the outside. And won't hit. A little rattled by what she just saw. As her whole life she's been on a farm.
Oh no. Imagine like the first time you're like, I'm gonna go travel, and like you find a level 5 sorcerer who's just like, fireball.
Oh, you thought dragons were the worst thing you can come across.
Wait until they see the destruction we can cause.
Alba.
Okay, I mean, I feel like I'm not really needed at the moment. Fuck, what am I even gonna do? I mean, yeah, I guess I'll go and attack these guys.
Chunk, 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 chunk,
How
chunk.
move do I have? I rarely ever move anywhere. I have 30 feet. Okay. I move over to there.
Nice.
Oh,
Do I have a
wow.
shot on anyone? That guy and that guy. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'll just firebolt the guy at the top, I guess.
Okay.
Kind of feels like overkill. Oh, a crit.
Kind of feels like overkill.
26?
Headshots them.
Fucking get got.
It's
Oh, he
you.
lives.
Headshot
Holy
this poor
shit.
hobgoblin. It's like black hair catches fire a little, and it like basically falls to one knee, as it's on its last life, aka it has 1 hit point. It
Oh, you
goes
don't
to
want it to
try
right
and
there.
push itself back up.
Do you want to surrender now?
It. See,
Again?
Are you yelling this at them, Z?
Yeah, I'm yelling at them.
Uh-huh. You see they look up towards you, as they're like pushing themselves to their feet, and they don't say anything to you, they just kind of snarl. And is that the end of your turn, Elba?
Yes.
On their turn, they turn to look at their companion and say something to them in Goblin. I don't think any of you speak Goblin.
I don't.
I'm going to assume I don't.
I don't.
Pretty certain I don't.
I don't think so. And as he pushes himself to his feet, starts moving towards that cave entrance. And the other one will follow and will disappear inside. As you hear,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, they do.
Well, maybe not that one, but this one. As they get inside, you hear more shouting. Definitely by more than one goblin.
Reinforcements.
That moment when Garrett charges in
Or
the room,
civilians, one of the two. Acceptable casualties.
And then it's Kira's turn.
All right. Well, the one that's standing at the mouth of the cave is gonna get shot. I'm gonna hunter's mark him first, but
Cool.
you know what? I'm confident.
What'd you roll?
15 total to hit.
To hit? I don't think that. I can double check in 1 second, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. 15 doesn't hit.
Damn. I even didn't do sharpshooter for that one because I was like, I think I'll have enough damage if I just hit him with a normal arrow, like not sharpshooter it, but I still rolled low. All right.
So sad.
Move to the base of the cliff there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my
I
turn.
assume that's your turn? Cool. It is her turn. Give me 1 second.
Also, if you could mark that guy with a green mark.
Yes.
I expected to die, but just in case.
Sounds good. Okay, move back to the right layer. Green instead of red. Boop, boop. On her turn, she will not. I doubt be able to make it all the way up there. Nope. She keeps going, keeps running, and once again raises her crossbow and takes a shot. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't have advantage. And so you see the crossbow bolt like lodges itself into the stone by the entrance of the cave. It will not hit, and then it's Haskell's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Cal?
Get ahead of dwarf. I could pew pew.
You could.
Oh my god. Is he technically a valid target?
No. He is ducked inside. I can even
Gotcha.
DMler.
I will pew pew, Mr. Man.
Pew pew.
Pew. Pew.
Will not hit. Will hit.
Wow.
Oof. He is running. You hit him just like in the back. He stumbles forward and almost falls. But goes to keep going. Is there anything else Haskell would like to do?
Not at this time.
Cool. Measure out the distance. I could go the distance. You see, Bade keeps running, and once again will throw a dagger at Mr. Hobgoblin. Is it back? Run.
Oh shit.
Yep.
That bonus dash action from a rogue.
Yeah, I can make it public this time. And won't hit. And you see, not yet. He runs and looks like he's about to keep going as he throws his dagger and it clangs off the side of the stone cliff. She has a bow. So many. Gonna need to move here. So she can get a shot over the cliff now that it's up there.
Also, I definitely have to thank Z later because
I'm
if we hadn't
going
killed
to.
them all, there was a real good chance that I was about to get chased out.
And then it's Eli's turn.
Right. So Eli turns to Alba and says, "Would you like to activate autonomous combat mode?"
Doesn't really seem necessary for now, Eli.
All right. Resuming standard functions. And Eli moves to here and just fires off 2 more fucking Eldritch Blasts. Because I can do
Cool.
that. I can do that akimbo and shit.
Yep.
Guys, I hate my
Oh,
life.
This is
Just
so
kill me.
unfortunate.
Just kill me. Just kill me. It's fine. Whatever.
The highest we've rolled so far is a 9. Well,
I'm used
on
to
the
it at
manual
this
side.
point. I'm used to it. It's whatever.
Night's not your night.
I mean, it's usually not. Let's be honest. It
We've been
usually
tied
isn't.
for the fun with all of his insane fucking rolls for his character stats.
Fucking, yeah, stealing all my goddamn luck. That's all I got.
Cool.
Yep.
Z.
Alright, I'm gonna... I mean, everyone seems to be heading for the entrance, so I think they got that handled. I'm gonna fly down, touch ground, and talk to the people over here. And you're like, alright, get moving. Go over to the rest of our caravans. Just leave everything behind. Just make sure that you're safe over there.
Yeah, they look at you. And they look into each other and just nod. I'll roll initiative for them, just so I can put them on the tracker.
I mean, they can go on my initiative.
No.
Okay. And then I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself.
Cool. Do.
That's my turn.
Cool.
And before anyone
What tier
asks,
is he with mage armor?
15.
Okay. Keep going. I interrupted you.
Oh, I was gonna say, and before anyone asks, yes, I do not cast mage armor at the beginning of the day. I only cast it if I need it. That is my turn.
Cool. The first sign you see of reinforcements is probably watching as Bait is running and then stumbles. As you see streaming out of this cave are more hobgoblins coming to help their friends.
That's unfortunate.
Would you like to activate autonomous combat mode?
Yes, we would.
Activating autonomous combat mode.
And those close enough are gonna try and kill poor half-elf man.
Poor
That's
half
why
elf.
you-
They're not getting a warning this time. It's just fireball.
I think it's poor half elf man that needs a warning at this point.
Yeah.
Sure, know how you do it. The creature hits it to 5 feet. Okay, that's what I got. Oh, poor half-elf man. Are 4d6. 13, 15, 16 plus 8. That's 24? Sure.
16 plus 8
As
is
you
24.
see, the two who are right next to him sort of step in tandem with each other and swing, and they will both hit him for a total of 24 points of damage.
Oh, he's a beefy boy. Okay. He's alive. He's fine.
And you see as he swears very loudly, and is pulling another dagger out. And then it's this poor lady's turn. As she'll run up next to Elba. Actually, she's gonna dash, so she can get up. So it looks like she like shakes herself and then steals herself and then starts running up to join everyone else. And then it's Elba's turn.
Okay. I'm trying to calculate if it's possible to get more than 8 of them at once.
Without also killing Boyd.
I mean, I'm not going to kill him,
Why not?
in theory, because he's the one driving our caravan. I need him alive.
I mean, he's not paying any of
Yeah, but he knows the way we're going.
That's true.
He's the man with the map.
I mean, I'm a ranger.
Gonna replace him.
I'll move up to there. And I will cast. I'll cast Shatter,
Sick.
which is a 10-foot radius, and I'll cast it right in the middle of these fuckboys, about here, I believe. So that should
Okay.
catch 8 of them. I
10
think.
feet, so 1.
Oh wait, hang on.
10-foot
Can I
Like that.
get?
because of how diagonals work in 5e, it's just a square.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all of that.
Hang on, can I catch more than that?
I don't
Not
think
really.
No, you can't.
No. It's only
Uh,
7. No, it is 8.
Yeah. Can you drop the thing for me?
I will,
The
yes.
spell thing? Thank you.
A second level. That's disappointing.
Con save.
Oh, that's alright.
That's pretty good roll.
That's a really good roll in 3d8.
Yeah. It also damages what's the word?
Unattended.
Unattended stuff. Which the reason I targeted it at them now is because I was hoping I might be able to cause a problem with the cave. I don't know if maybe 15 thunder damage is enough to cause some of those rocks to come down on their heads, for example.
Can you drop the spell card? Like if you click on it and hit the little, like in your spell list and hit the little bubble? Like the
Yes.
speech bubble? Thank you. Take thunder damage or made of guard. So it says stone, crystal, or metal. I'll make a random check for the cave. Just give me a second.
Don't forget,
because some of them are just gonna die.
The cave has disadvantage because it's made out of stone.
Yeah.
So yeah, while she's doing that, Alba will hold up her prosthetic arm, and a tiny little piece of metal just fly out, and once it reaches the center of them, it creates a really high pitched sound that and then just sort of bursts.
That
Fucking
very cool.
Minecraft streamer that's like 9 years old just fucking screams top of their lungs and then suddenly
Yes.
just explodes.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
No, I hate it.
Okay, you can delete it. Here, I'll do it for you.
And
And
they're
then-
so squishy.
Delete. Oh, square.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that was my turn for now.
Yeah. I'll say as you cast Shatter, some of the rocks in the cave like entrance come loose, and although the two right next to the cave entrance are dead, um, it will block off the entrance at least for a round to anyone else that needs to come
Alright.
through. And so then it's Kira's turn.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest of my movement to get up on this cliff.
Cool.
And then I'll hunter's mark. Let's do this one.
Cool.
And
Green.
I will take my shot.
Oh,
guys.
unfortunate.
I need to go back into the darkness. This is not working out. That's my
You
turn.
hunters mark him, and you hit the grass next to it. Then it's Elkin's turn, and she's gonna continue rushing forward. Ugh. And she's not close enough, so she's gonna take another shot with her big crossbow. Ugh. And still won't hit. You're not good at this, Elkin. Get a better job. Haskell.
Poor Eldkin. Haskell's going to... He can't stow... No, wait, he can stow the bow, yeah.
Mhm.
He can't stow the bow to draw his shield, however.
Probably.
Not sure if it will count as an interaction kind of thing.
I think so.
Yeah.
Probably.
They do both count as item interactions.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Kira has so much time struggling with dropping it, like with stowing his bow, dropping his bow, and then
Mhm.
also drawing both of his weapons. It's a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
You get like quick draw feat or something, or it's 2-weapon fighting for if you to get 2 item interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Haskell will just kind of toss his bow up against this tree
Mm-hmm.
and ooh. Sure, why not? I'm gonna bonus action activate my tattoo,
Uh-huh.
which gives me a 15-foot reach.
Cool.
And he's going to start by clawing that guy.
Cool. Give me
So this is well, it's gonna be a bite.
16 won't hit.
And then a
Damn.
second.
A 17 also won't hit.
Oh, bad.
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Damn.
They don't have a lot of health, but they have high armor.
Damn.
I mean, they're wearing full
As-
plate. It's minimum 18.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Them be beefy
I don't
boys.
know.
Well, that will
Go
be
ahead.
my turn.
Yeah. I don't know how you imagine how it looks as you activate your tattoo
Oh, I
and then
picture
gain
like
reach.
I was trying to find gifts for this to better explain what I thought it
Mhm.
looked like, but Vosen will get what I mean when I say the
Vicar.
sparkling dragonstone from Dark Souls 3.
Oh,
How it-
okay.
The giant manifestation of like a dragon above you, and then it
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
lambs and claws and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like made out of ink for this, of course.
Mhm. Sick.
So like was it Toka?
That's understand. That's the
I was gonna
It's
say
like
it's
the-
like it's a JoJo reference.
I was thinking the hot guy from My Hero Academia.
The
It
hot,
was-
Ugh.
like,
the Birdman.
or-
oh,
yeah.
Tokiyomi.
Fuck.
Yeah. I was like,
I
it's like
know
Toka from the-
mine.
yeah. With his pretty much shadow guy, only it would just be without the head, it's just the arms.
Well, he gets a bite. It might hit
Yeah.
him.
I mean, that's true.
You don't know. Anyways, on Bade's turn, he's going to pull another dagger after throwing 2 and start attacking the hobgoblins around him. Oh, first one, 2. Ugh. Cool. Unfortunately, overkill on the first one, and very little damage to the second one.
He rolled really well.
Yeah. As
Must be nice.
he swings once and then twice, and then backs up, bleeding. Behind something like this.
All right, cover me.
Basically.
Whoever said chivalry's dead.
Run and hides behind the woman. That's great.
I mean, to be fair, she looks pretty tough, so I would also hide behind it.
I mean, she's a dwarf.
She's a dwarf first, a woman second.
On their turn, they will move to where Z pointed them to. They can get that far. Her turn. She'll move up, so she has better shot. Not in front of Z. Up next to her. And you also haven't rolled good, so you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
Eli.
All right. Okay, so Eli's going to walk up to here, and he's going to say, resuming autonomous combat mode. And he is going to, from left to right, just start Eldritch blasting these motherfuckers down.
Cool. Right, left.
Hey.
23 will hit.
Hey.
Oh, a 22 will also hit.
For 2 damage!
Oh
Fuck all y'all!
2 damage.
Don't worry, you'll eventually get the invocation that lets you add charisma to that.
Yeah.
You deal 2 damage as you hit
That's all I
the
got.
furthest left one.
That is all I got.
Batteries
and
are low.
Z.
Please recharge. God, I'm gonna fly up and over Alba and the 2 girls, and the 2 other girls. Yeah, you're measuring the right thing. Yes.
We're gonna help you out.
As I just like point a hand forward, and without saying anything, I just immediately cast Fireball again.
Can't
enter there.
even roll on the wild magic table. They're all gonna die. I don't have to roll. Actually, roll damage. They might not
Roll
die.
damage. They could survive if you get really low.
Roll once. And then
It's
they might
rolling.
survive.
Give it a second.
This one's dead. I don't think you're gonna get any less than an 8, so...
I literally can't
Is the
deal
minimum
less. It's the minimum damage. If they make their save, they take only 4 in a minimum damage. But
Yeah. They
I don't know.
still die.
Roll 20 is to hit. It's time. Oh, I forget that it.
Do they only
me.
have 12 health?
They're all dead.
Merciful
They're all
Christ.
Fucking right.
They have 11.
That is 3.
Is
They
it
had
really
11
8d6 for a fireball?
Yeah.
Fireballs,
the fuck?
They've said they come out and stated that Fireball is a broken spell. Period.
That's
That's
a lot of fucking
disgusting.
damage. That's gross.
It's the only reason why I was debating whether picking it or things like Counterspell and Dispel Magic.
No.
No, absolutely take Fireball.
That's
tough.
Always Fireball.
I thought you
Just
had
Fireball.
something that gave it more damage. I was like, oh,
No.
maybe you get like your casting stat on each die, and I'm like, wow, that's really strong. Nope,
No.
it's just vanilla. All right.
No, vanilla. The worst part is that.
Fuck me.
The worst part is the higher level we go, the worse it's gonna get, because I'm gonna get the ability to change his element in a couple more levels.
I see.
Beautiful.
I just like to point out that Moses is like, do I want to take Fireball? I was like, yes, take Fireball.
Yeah. Duh.
Without or hesitation, definitely take that spell.
Just fireball. Yeah. So I just like raise my hand, let out a fireball at the center of at the entrance of the cave. So if there were people standing on the other side of the collapsed entrance, they were gonna blow up as well. The explosion just like reaches up to like right in front of Z and Eli and Heskel. So their clothes are probably like rippling with the wind of the explosion.
Clothes? Oh my god, I'm naked.
You start melting.
Probably not that hot.
I mean, can you survive 32 point fire damage?
Yeah, I can.
I'm gonna hop out of turn order for now. As you cast Fireball and it explodes for the second time, catching some of the foliage on fire. And you do give me a perception check for anyone who wants to. As the fireball is very loud. Gira, you can hear, and anyone who gets C can hear. Anyone who gets like a 20 or up, you can hear over the explosion of the fireball someone shouting from further inside the cave. But
Can we
like I
tell
said,
what they're shouting, or is it just like, "Oh God,
Probably
the
not.
pain," or?
yeah, it sounds like either in shock or in goblin.
Okay.
Sorry, can I also roll? I was busy memeing.
Yeah, sure.
Busy miming.
Never mind.
There is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 hobgoblin burned corpses around this area now.
Well, we're out of initiative now, right?
Yes,
Yes.
I'll fly
So
down.
Z, I see you took Fireball.
Yeah. It turns out we needed a little bit of more firepower, so I thought it should.
Yeah, Mum always said that was a good spell. I can see why.
Yeah. Oh, give me a second. I'm gonna sort of reach into one of my pockets, pull out the sort of strung up pearl, put it up to my lips, and whisper a command word to recover a third level spell slot, so that I can cast Fireball later if we need it again.
Eli's just pointing both of his finger guns down the hallway, and he's just like fucking ready to continue missing shots left and right.
Hey Alba, can you check if we can get the cart that was broken down back in order, or at least to the point where we can move it out of the way so we can get the camera moving again?
Yeah, sure. I mean, with a bit of help, we can easily move that thing. But
I'll give you a hand.
whether it can be fixed or not is another question. But that's more up to whether we want to just keep moving or what's here.
As Gira glides by both Heskel and Eli, he'll put a finger to his lips and just and he'll slink into the cavern.
It is currently blocked.
Oh, alright.
Close the valve.
That and then like, oh shit, there's rocks there, and then start moving some rocks. He's gonna start moving the rocks out of the way then.
Okay.
Clear out the entrance.
It'd be hard to do that quietly.
Yeah, it's impossible in fact. So I'm not even gonna roll a step for it.
Okay. Yeah, you start moving the rocks away from the cave entrance. 1 second. I ate an M&M.
What armor are the hobs wearing?
Full plate.
2 of them have plate, and then the rest have chainmail and shields.
Oh,
Do 2 of
okay.
them have full plate? Because only one of them looks different out here.
no,
The other one is.
it's
There are
2 of
two
them
that
have
look-
half plate.
Gotcha.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
half plate is still
And
valuable.
then there's one that went in here.
Yeah,
Once
whatever.
the other
you
one?
find them
Yeah.
inside.
The one that was at 1 HP got away from us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes.
But yeah, you will eventually, whether or not with help or not, will be able to get the rocks out of the way. And when you step in, it is fairly dark. In this cave, but it also seems to be sparsely occupied. It doesn't seem like this was a permanent encampment, and just inside the door is a corpse. From that fireball, you can only assume. But you see bedrolls, and there are some like crates or like packs. But upon opening them, it seems to be food. It seems like they might have a main camp somewhere else, in the Troll Claws or in the Fields of the Dead. And they were just here for something or something.
Gotcha. I will come into the cave and shout out that the last one's dead inside as well, and there's seems to be food and normal camping supplies in there if we want to grab those as well. And then I will meditate for a minute and scan a 5-mile radius and see if I can locate any other hobgoblins in the area.
And 5 miles? Okay.
I think it's-
Let me think on it for a second. Elba, as Z was like, "Can you go try and move that cart?" Eldkin will look back over her shoulder at Fade, who tried to hide behind her, and just like give him a look, and move around him over towards you guys, to help. Help try and fix the cart.
Yeah, I was pretty strong, and I imagine there's a couple of people, between a few people, we can move this thing off the road at the very least, and then decide what we're gonna
Yeah.
do.
Yep. I think even if you're like Z and you're not very strong, you'd be able to, with the 3 of you, be able to pull it off the road. Boop. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I have a thing on my armor where I can add my intelligence bonus to strength checks, so
Damn.
Yeah.
You'd be lifting it
fine.
shouldn't be a problem for me.
Goddamn exoskeleton.
Yeah,
Actually,
It's not-
just recently found out that Pathfinder has that as well.
Yep.
is it? Oh, cool.
Right. Well, that takes care of that.
Excuse me. Let me check for you. Oh my god, I can't stop burping. Gira. You would probably get. You'd maybe get. Like, track on a handful, like, probably very close to the edge of your radius. In some random direction. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alright, in like the northeast.
Okay. I would inform that there's their encampment is possibly in the northeast. This is just like a
You are heading north, to be fair.
so if you like, we can come out and exterminate them, but possible. I mean, they're 5 miles out from us, so
And they're probably not near the road.
yeah. It'd be bad to have your base of operations near a road when you're bandits.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. You get that information. After probably sitting for a moment, Bud would go and speak with the people who were abandoned here. And start heading back with them towards the rest of the carts and the rest of the people by the carts. With a little bit of a limp after that. I don't know if there's anything else in particular you guys want to do after defeating them.
I do. I would like to inspect as we manage to finally finish moving the cart out of the way. I would like to inspect what it is that these people were transporting.
Sure.
It seems a little bit weird that they would be traveling alone, or if they were part of a larger caravan, they would have been left behind.
It doesn't look like they have cargo. You find in it quite a bit of gold. I'd give you a specific number if I thought of it. But probably somewhere between like merchant wealth and a very low class, very high class, just regular person wealth.
Fair to assume that they are sort of relocating then? They were moving from one town to another to start business somewhere else?
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of like clothes and stuff here. Maybe moving out of wherever they come from or relocating business.
Okay. Then I'll start packing their stuff and like try and help move it to whichever caravan it ends up taking them in.
Yeah. Yeah, and eventually one of the people, not the one with the token, but one of the people will come over and try and give you a hand. And you'll see as they kind of regroup with everybody else, it's with the blonde pirate-looking man that I'll move you guys back to the wagon page in a minute. That seems to be willing to. They have extra space on their cart. You can stay for now. Let me just move his token, and then I'll move you guys over here because we're not in battle anymore. Oop. 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 These two. This pirate-looking man who you haven't necessarily
that's the
talked to.
pirate-looking guy.
Who was arguing with the person who hired Ella on.
I forgot that one of the cards is just Nicolas Cage again. He follows me everywhere.
And you kind of like it.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
But yeah. Eventually things get settled down again. And Bade will call for people to start moving again once you get the cart and the dead horse out of the road. And again, unless there's anything else you guys want to do, you will continue traveling up
Bade
the
was
coast.
The only one hurt, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Eli will offer to patch him up.
Yeah, you offer. He says, if you could, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'd have to sleep with this.
Yep, and he'll just like double fist fucking healing elixirs and just like just fucking cover him in the liquid. It's like it's only 2 shots, but just like throw them at him and like smash him, heal him for probably enough. He took 24, but he'll probably end up healing like 16. Then he can sleep the rest off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, we did get the armor off of those hobgoblins, right?
If you want to,
We can.
Well,
I can give you specifics.
Yeah, we can.
I
take
mean,
all of the loot.
it would
and put
You
it
seem-
said
in
two of them had half plate, right? Half plate is
Yes.
750 gold a piece.
a...
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Two.
it's literally half the cost of. It's half plate.
of full of plate
Okay,
armor. Yeah, plate
we're
armor is
stripping all of the
1500.
hobgoblins and put it into...
Yeah.
Yeah, turns out half the loot from the first from the first section of this
Chapter?
chapter. Yeah,
Yeah.
half of it was armor on the cultists that we just left. Like those guys, half of those guys were wearing, I think, was it splint mail,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
worth like
splint.
200 gold each.
God. Well, we also didn't have a way to carry that much.
Now we do.
Now
I
we do.
mean,
We have a
I mean,
bunch
for
of
200 gold, I think we do.
It will take us
Well, we
days,
certainly
but
do
we'll
now.
make it.
So yeah, we'll get like fucking what, like 24 sets of chainmail, 2 sets of half plate.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold.
I'll.
It is.
I'm putting them in the thing right now.
I'm not sure how much their weapons are worth.
21.
I think only
Somewhere
great
about-
swords
weapons are
might be
actually
worth it.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought.
Okay, we might as well
Let's say
grab
they have 15.
tons
I just realized I've been muted this entire time.
of guys.
Fucking
And
Hell
chainmail is 75 gold pieces.
yeah, so that's a lot of money.
So if we got 20 of them, I mean that's what 1,500
That's like
gold
almost
pieces.
700 gold. Because it's a
10
half price.
10 oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 750.
There's the exacts for you.
Nice.
Wyrmbair now.
Nice.
2 sets of half plate, 21 sets of chainmail, 21 shields, 2 great swords, 10 javelins, 21 long swords, 21 longbows, and 315 arrows.
I was like, they
I
probably
mean,
had 15 each.
I don't know if we need to take the arrows.
Why
Wouldn't
not?
hurt to restock.
Yeah, why
Kira's
not?
gonna take half of those arrows.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
Gira is, I suppose.
Oh.
I'm just gonna say at this point, I'm never gonna have to worry about arrows again. But
Oh, look, probably at some point during the day, as once we've gathered all the loot, put it into the different caravans and whatnot, or the bags of holding. If you guys are all right, I would like to quote unquote sell my share to the rest of the members of the caravan who are sort of working as guards. So probably Elkin or Vustia. I'm gonna sell them at a loss for me, essentially, just so that they can be better prepared.
Cool. We can cover that specifically later.
Yeah.
If that's all right. Okay.
I'm essentially
but yeah.
gifting probably like a set of chainmail for Orvustia, and giving up some of my shares of whatever else, so that I can get one of the half plates and give that to Elkin, so that she can also be better covered.
I don't. It's splint is worse than half plate.
A half plate
Yeah.
is the second best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has splint currently. Cool. Yeah, we can say you did that. They'd be grateful. If you wanted, you can take her splint in return.
I probably
She won't need it anymore.
Yeah, I'll probably take it as a quote unquote down payment for it, sort of thing.
But yeah. You leave the hobgoblins behind now with a few extra members of your caravan. And continue on your journey. It is the day after, where things get a little dreary for you all, as the weather turns around and it starts thunderstorming. It's unfortunate to walk around in all day, and you have to stop a little more often to let the horses rest as the dirt roads slowly start to turn into mud. And this rain lasts for 3 days. You are trudging through the thunderstorms. It feels like you're constantly soaking wet. Haskell might enjoy it, but nobody else is.
I'd like to imagine Haskell just is like mud, and he just fucking like flops in it, like just like planks straight into it and just splashes around like a happy dog.
Oh, lizards need mud baths. Swamp lizards need mud baths.
Yes. And like I said, this rain lasts 3 days. You are trudging through the mud and the rain, and it's constantly thundering, and the horses keep getting spooked. And it's the second day. That there's a almost strange whistling sound on the wind. And whatever you guys try to do to try to maybe figure out what it is, you eventually brush it off as nature. Because there's nothing that seems to be causing it. You guys awaken on the morning of the 4th day. As you're waking up.
11th
Go ahead.
day overall?
12.
12, okay.
Or 13. 13. I'm looking at my thing.
Okay.
It is 13. You guys found the hobgoblins on day 8, and then it's been quiet other than the rain until now. As it's probably to somebody shouting, and the sounds of something moaning in pain. As you guys slowly wake up and like pull yourselves out of wherever you were sleeping, you either step out of a caravan if you manage to get covered under a caravan for the night, or just get out of your bedrolls. You see the surrounding countryside is blanketed in fungi. It seems like everywhere you look, there's fungi, including on the road. And you see the person who's shouting a little, is Losvius, the person who hired Eli onto the caravan, as it seemed like he must have jumped off the back of his cart and into some of these mushrooms, and they erupted in a puff of black spores. And you're not sure where the sounds are coming from. But you see Losvius has his hands over his face, trying to stop himself from breathing in whatever these mushrooms just blew into the air around him, and looks like he's trying to climb back up into the wagon. And everyone else is slowly waking up and looking around as it still is raining, and this fungus just grows everywhere.
What the fuck? Just gonna hold a hand to my ear and cast message over to Gira. Gira, are you seeing this jungle fungi jungle we're surrounded?
It's a fungal. Get it?
Pascal was gonna try to identify a mushroom, and if he can't identify it as, if he doesn't identify it as poisonous, or if he fails to identify it, he's going to run.
God.
Give me a nature check.
You're also.
Fuck yeah, buddy. Hell
You're
yeah.
gonna try
Haskell's
as
like,
well, but, yeah.
Well, Gira also eats pea. doesn't think
Well,
you're
the
poisonous.
viewers are just gonna see what it is.
Yeah.
It's not really eating.
You guys, both of you, Haskell, you maybe saw these back in your home swamp. These are shriekers. They are mushrooms that make noises, and when they are broken, the noise is so distressing that it can tend to after a lot of them being popped, it can tend to actually lower someone's mood, and they're known to give people nightmares.
Oh, lovely.
You can eat them though.
Basically, they're psychic little mushrooms that when you kill them, they scream and you feel bad about it.
So
Yeah.
so it's essentially a fun drugera. The mandragora
that's
with fungi.
almost what I thought that she was gonna go to. It's like, yeah, it's like too many of them scream, you fall asleep or die.
No, it just gives you nightmares. Okay. Where'd Hey guys, where'd the fungus come from? Is anyone on the watch?
There's probably someone on watch. I imagine there's someone on watch. Um. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Probably it was
Gotcha.
the cultists, and they chose not to say anything.
Let's go with that.
God damn it.
You. Why not? I didn't think of the watch. The.
I just
Um,
realized I'm
sleeps 4
supposed to be
hours,
adding.
so-
Oh, okay, I'm supposed to be adding charisma to my Eldritch Blast already.
God damn it.
That's what I thought. I was like, agonizing blast. I mean, you could take a level. like,
I don't know
1,
why it
2.
wasn't just doing that for me, but okay.
Alright, so
Yeah, you'll see one of the ladies, like quietly raises a hand. I'll do this for you.
Okay. Yep.
And she says, I didn't think they were too dangerous. I must have dozed off, because they weren't this big a few hours ago.
It's if you break them that they.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, while you can't eat them, if you break them to go eat them, they'll scream.
you need to eat them live while they're still
Wait, what
connected.
Listen, okay, listen.
This is
Lizard
Haskell's new favorite event.
folk have voracious appetites. What is the research on eating them off of the ground so they scream in your mouth instead?
Knew it. I imagine it's like the fizzy pop, the pop rocks in your mouth. It just
Oh my
like
God.
wiggles inside your mouth and it screams.
Wait, is it if you break the cap of the mushroom or the stem? Because
In
like you could
general.
swallow them whole.
I imagine it's if you cut the stem that they scream.
Mm-hmm. Ollie?
What if you burn them?
Ollie is dead.
Ollie has died. Rip Ollie.
I would imagine if you burn them, then that would damage them and thus set them off.
Yeah, that's breaking them. The screaming ensues.
So, did these things just appear overnight?
I think they've just been growing. Like we probably just went over a horizon, and then there's suddenly a field of them.
No, so like from what Ollie described, it's we went to sleep. Somebody took guard during the night, and when we woke up, we're just surrounded by them. Like the field grew past us, sort of thing. And from what the lady was saying, when she was on guard, they had started to grow around us, like started to appear. And at some point, she dozed off, and when she realized it, the growth had overtaken everything, and they were massive.
Now hold up though, because when Eli sleeps, he can still see and hear everything around him. So
Oh, that's a good. Maybe you were
Eli,
maybe you were inside the caravan, so you didn't have vision, and you.
Yeah, in the cart.
no, because Eli doesn't need shelter
Cover.
from the environment. He would give it to somebody else, and he would just stand outside.
Does he?
Also, I only sleep 4 hours, so after 4
Awesome.
hours, I'm up on watch. So
That's a good point.
So yeah, Eli literally maybe I mean there's the fields are surrounding us, right? So even if Eli was looking in a different direction, like
Yeah,
he'd still see it happening.
Yeah.
So
maybe their stealth check beat our passive perception.
The
the
fungus.
mushrooms growing in front of
I
our
mean,
eyes.
she did say that we could hear like a wailing noise the entire time. So
Oh.
perhaps we've just been driving into them and the rain's woken them up,
Yeah.
for want of a better word.
So,
Caused them to bloom. That's what I was thinking of.
So fireball the fungus. Fireball the fungus. Fireball the fungus.
I don't think Fireball is quite big enough for this.
Yeah.
Well, if we just do the road, like you can fireball, I can burning hands a bunch, and then I can just rest and get my spell slots back and just keep burning hands.
I mean, there's
Why-
always fireball and control fire.
But it's raining, so I don't think any of this would work.
I mean, are they big enough that we can't just drive over them?
No, we can
There.
definitely drive over them, but we'll have nightmares. Which,
I mean, we'll have nightmares if we fireball them as well.
You'll have nightmares if you sleep.
True.
Yes, well, some of us have to.
So what I'm suggesting is everybody stay back and plug their ears, and Eli just burns them all down because he doesn't actually sleep.
I mean, I figure it would probably be easier if Eli just takes a cart and just attaches like some kind of like plow-ish thing on the back of it to just drag over all the mushrooms and set them all off, and then we'll just follow behind you, not setting any off without having to deal with screams.
I suppose also just earplugs in general. I don't
I mean,
know.
yeah, I was going to suggest earplugs.
Anyone
Like
have
I don't know
five
why we wouldn't
spell?
just do that. That's a precaution. That's like wearing a mask, bitch. Just do it.
What were you asking for, Tucker?
Silent spell would be an easy way to,
Yeah.
but I don't think anyone has it.
No. It is a. I do believe it's a third level spell or second?
Second or a third, yeah.
Silence, I think, is a second level spell.
Sounds
I
like
think
a.
so, because darkness is second.
Yeah, it is a
Oh,
second.
the-
It is a second. I just remember because I used it with Keen.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back, Ollie.
No, well, he's still new.
Or maybe she is back and she's just not at the laptop.
GG internet.
Like reset
GG.
the router.
No
but it's
GM.
back.
So what's the
Guys,
plan? We're
guys,
just
we
gonna
won.
Use
We
Eli as
defeated-
a pack animal and just till the road. Is that what we're doing?
I mean, we can just earplugs and not even need to plow. Just move forward with the caravans.
I would suggest that Eli be up front then, so if that way he can hear things that are coming towards us. Hopefully, that or have Z and Gira fly over top for a bit. Well,
I can fly
So
over
just
top
fly
and
over top the
yeah,
entire time.
I have
Yeah.
infinite flight, so I.
yeah, I'd prefer you doing it.
Yeah,
Your
you
flight-
could actually fly over top and then just cast cantrips down, and like have earplugs and also be sort of out of range. I'd imagine.
Well, I think him just flying over top to make sure we're not about
Yeah.
to get fucking overrun.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can fly like 100 feet above you guys, just so that I'm within the reach of message at all times.
Yeah.
So you just fly above Eli, and then Eli just goes first.
Yep.
Sort of
Okay.
thing, yeah. Oh, do we have a?
So the plan is to carpet bomb the swamp.
What?
No. It's just fireball. No, wait. No.
What are you guys doing? Oh God.
While you were gone, we were planning and strategizing, and we decided that the only solution is
Fireball.
to fireball, just fireball, fireball. No, we were talking about like a couple of things that like Eli doesn't sleep, so technically he might have seen the fungus growing, because he remains
Yeah.
aware of things around him. But the other thing is that we're gonna be sort of moving forward, and then I'm probably gonna be flying overhead. And I think, correct me guys if I'm wrong, but Eli's taking point and trying to plow the field as he's moving forward is the idea, and everyone else is gonna be wearing
I mean,
earplugs.
yeah, would covering our ears be enough to stop them?
I mean,
Or like
Earplugs would
earplugs?
probably give you advantage. I'd imagine.
yeah, it probably.
Well,
I
if it
will
was more,
say,
is it a sound-based thing or is it like a mental thing?
I think it's
it's
sound.
it comes from the sound, and then it
Okay.
turns mental. If you want, Eli, you can give me a perception check for when you were asleep. But Fade would establish like we can't move through here while there's still mushrooms. It will spook the horses, whether or not they're poisonous.
Yeah.
They won't
Right.
go through.
Yeah. Guys, never rely on me to roll dice. I don't. I don't.
Yeah,
like,
Eli, you vaguely remember seeing mushrooms growing. You're not native to the material plane, so for all you knew, this is normal.
Yeah.
Also, to point out that I would only sleep for 4 hours and then be up after that. So if it happened in the 4 hours of sleeping, I didn't notice yet. But after that, I would almost guarantee that I would. 'Cause I think I have
Yeah.
into my perception right now.
Yeah. You would have also noticed, they're pretty small, at the moment. But it was probably, hard to, like, the reason you wouldn't notice them earlier is because they're like the size of like champagne corks right now. So they're small, but they grew really fast.
Gotcha. All right.
It probably camouflaged
Like
with
as
rocks and
as you're all
grass.
standing there, it's and everyone kind of standing around trying not to step on them as much as possible. You can like almost see them getting bigger as the rain pelt down to the ground. It's almost like you just see them as they start to get bigger as time goes on, as you speak with each other and trying to establish a plan.
Right, this definitely doesn't look like a normal view, even in Faerun. So I'm gonna fly up and see if I can see anything from higher above, like 100 feet above. Maybe I can see like the blotch of brown that sort of marks where the field of mushrooms is growing.
Yeah, as you fly up.
No,
Go
how
ahead.
they spread.
You got up down to 20. Yeah, I mean, Shriekers are native to the Underdark. It's likely that all of the rain, have something managed to spread the spores here, and then all the rain is greatly accelerating their growth. Z, as you fly up, they're everywhere. It's hard to see exactly where they end. It seems like they're growing pretty fast. Haskell, you'd be able to probably suss out that since they're native to the Underdark, as soon as it gets light around here, they'll probably wither and die. But at the moment, it's early morning, dark rain clouds. You don't know when they'll stop growing or stop spreading.
Would a light spell be powerful enough?
Only a daylight?
Maybe. I mean, daylight would.
Okay.
The light can trip.
Mm-hmm.
Double check the
It
words
works just like a
on
torch, I
light.
think.
One is no larger than 10 feet. Bright light Probably. It'd still have the effect that they pop and scream.
Okay.
So basically, when it stops raining, they're all gonna pop, and we're all gonna get fucked regardless. Is what I'm hearing.
So these mushrooms will just perform cacophonous call for all of us. Great.
We can't basically be anywhere near this.
Yeah.
But if we try and leave, we're going to set them off anyway.
Yeah.
If we try to go through them and the rain stops, we're fucked. If we try to go through them and fuck up somehow and they chain reaction, we're fucked. We have to literally go back and wait for the rain to stop. Or
It's
But aren't
all
we
of
Right.
surrounded by them?
Yeah, you're surrounded.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, okay, so yeah, we're fucked anyways. Better to just go forward.
Yeah. I'll
But
fly
like,
down and.
what's his name said, the horses won't, like, they'll spook and then we won't.
Yeah.
We'll just lose the fuckers.
Yeah, so Eli
Like,
has
if we
to go
try,
first.
Yeah.
okay.
Now we'll have to see how quickly they regenerate to screaming again, though.
I will say, Z, from your point of view,
Mhm.
if only one person does this, it's going to take a long time
God.
to get a path through to the other side. Because you can see as it starts to thin out further down the road. But with one person to get through all the way down there, it'd take like 6 hours.
Oh fuck no.
Well,
can
so
I-
the
can-
the plan that was suggested earlier, which is we attach like a fucking plow to the front of one of the carts and have Eli
Mhm.
drag that.
As- okay.
Have a
This
plow?
does sound weird. But
Hmm.
does Haskell know the mechanism with which they scream?
Does Ollie know the mechanism?
I would assume that they
Let me.
have air that fills up inside it.
Yeah.
and when released through the pores of the mushroom, and it sounds like screaming.
I'd imagine when bright light shriek
I have an idea. Would salt water dry them up?
maybe
'Cause I can produce gallons of salt water.
you still I don't think you I
That's
mean
not-
they're pretty
It's not
I
gonna
can
be
create
enough.
12 gallons of salt water.
It's not gonna be
It's
enough.
nowhere near alive.
I don't think that'll be enough.
That'll get like 6 feet, dude.
Nah, it would
There's
give you
5
like from
feet.
maybe like 30, 40 feet, but we're talking like hundreds of feet.
We
from the south of
turned
it.
Eli into a sprinkler.
I mean, we could get that much further without having the screaming being a problem, and then Eli could just use a bunch of burning hands, and then that would still scream, but it would go faster, and then he can just start doing it slowly after that.
I mean, at that point, I might as well throw 3 fireballs and get us 120 feet of cleared grounds.
Could also do that as well.
You have 3 more fireballs?
It's a new
It's
day.
a different day.
We spent a couple days traveling.
You're right. As soon as I said that, I was like, I'm stupid. We literally just got done talking about how there was watch.
Yeah. I have my two spell slots and then the Pearl of Power. And that's assuming I don't use any spell points to generate even more spell slots.
I mean, not sure what the plan is, but you're welcome to do whatever you want to these poor.
How many feet of, like, roughly speaking, if we wanted to get out of this field?
Hundreds.
Ah.
We're talking hundreds, thousands of feet.
Hundreds, miles.
Ah.
I mean, a mile is
What?
5,000 feet. So.
That's a lot of feet. See, the book tells me how long it would take,
Yeah, I mean, we
Well,
could
you
just
can-
do like
but
2
doesn't
people.
tell me.
2 people for 3 hours would clear it up, and then we only spend 3 hours in this area. So Gira
I have
would
a-
volunteer himself to also help Eli.
I have a question.
Mm.
Would how like cumulative is this effect? Like, if they were all to go off at once, for example, how bad would that
Mhm.
be for us?
It'd probably make not getting nightmares for days harder. If you like exploded them all at once.
Lovely.
The DC would probably skyrocket, I think, is what that equates to.
Yeah.
DC 54 fucking will save or you have nightmares.
I mean, look, at this point, someone is getting nightmares.
That's why Gira volunteered himself to help Eli. So Gira takes all the nightmares, and then everybody else can pass through without.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
To be fair, also Gira has 2 chances to sleep every night as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if he fucks up his sleep repeatedly, he can just like wake up and.
Does trancing count as sleep? Like, would you even get nightmares?
I mean, I don't know.
Technically, I don't think so.
If you have the
I
capability of dreaming, then
Yeah.
Yeah, but do elves
No,
sleep?
elves is not dreaming. They just like run through scenarios in their head.
so yeah,
Yeah.
both Eli and Gira are just
Yeah.
we don't get nightmares.
Also,
Yeah.
if there's any other elves that would like to help, like the moon elves.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. Or meditate. You can dream after a fashion. Blah 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 blah. It'd probably still affect you in a similar way.
Oh.
I just double check it.
Just mental exercises to become.
Yeah, but it probably sort of corrupts your thinking process.
That become reflexive through years of practice. So it's sort of, I only remember no because night hags can't haunt elves, but maybe not to the same extent as someone who can't control their dreams.
Okay.
It'd be like lucid dreaming nightmares.
Gotcha.
So
you have complete control over the nightmare, but it's still a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I mean,
you're
yeah.
still
Between
to it, whatever.
It's like being an elf
you
and
want to do
trancing,
it that way.
but with anxiety.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to do it, so the two of you volunteer yourselves and then start clearing the path, the road free of these mushrooms. Unless anybody has any objections. Two, you give me Constitution saving throws.
It's gonna be rough.
Don't have an objection.
Does Gira use earplugs?
I mean, he would use earplugs, yeah.
Okay.
If he's
Eli doesn't have ears, so I don't know what the stitch on that is, but yeah.
While they're doing that, I'll fly overhead just so that I can see how their progress is doing and let everyone else know. But I do want to sort of see if I can sort of suss out the point of origin of this field, like where the mushrooms look more dense, sort of thing.
Give me a perception check.
It's just a hole into the Underdark somewhere around here.
Don't fall in by accident.
Look, that is a perfectly good deduction, which is exactly why I want to know where the hell that is.
I do have an Underdark map set up that you guys never went through from a thing earlier in the book.
I got an 11, so
yeah,
it's probably hard to suss out.
Yeah, it's very dark, still, and it's hard to tell because those of you who are staying behind would be able to tell us more clearly as Eli and Gira leave and go forward and start clearing a path. Within an hour, they grow from the size of champagne corks to 6 inches tall. They are growing so fast. And see, it's hard to tell because they're so dense. It seems to maybe be nearby where your caravan stopped, but like a few hundred feet out. But you can't see in this weather like some entrance to a cave or something.
Okay, that is. Okay. No, that's. I mean, that's pretty good still. I mean, it's kind of bad because we're near an entrance to the Underdark, and also these things are growing way too fast. But it's also kind of good because able to somewhat figure it out.
If we
Okay.
salt the area around the caravan, will they stop growing around the caravan?
If you what?
Salt.
If we salt the area
Oh.
around the caravan, will they stop growing?
Maybe the Underdark is very salty.
I don't know.
is
There
brown.
could be salt.
Maybe it'll make it worse.
Salt
I don't know.
delicious.
Do they grow in salt water? I don't like. The rain is making them grow faster, so I'd imagine the salt makes it worse.
I'll fly back down and let everyone know that it's very likely that the entrance is somewhere within like 100, 150 feet to where we are. It's hard to tell where the opening would be, but at least the epicenter of the mushroom growth seems to be pretty close.
Also, before I started plowing, I would take a minute to scan a 5 mile radius to see if there's anybody hoping to take advantage of knowing our exact position.
Does your 5-mile radius go up or down?
It just says 5 mile radius. It doesn't say up and down. So I don't.
Radius is
I mean,
The
spherical.
sphere.
I'd
Yeah.
imagine.
Okay, yeah.
I would imagine, unless it's blocked by stone or whatever, but I don't think it is.
I
I
don't think
don't
so.
think so either.
Oh jeez, it's gonna take forever to load. Okay.
If I can find.
Oh no. Cause I switched it to update dynamic lighting. Ugh.
It's pretty much the Earth telling me information about my favorite enemy. So
Yeah.
I would guess that it would go through the ground as well.
Yeah. You would get track of 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4.
Uncountable.
Counting.
All the things that aren't humanoids that she's trying to count, and like, oh wait, no, that's not a humanoid.
Within 500-ish feet.
Oh. I would let them know that there's something within 500 feet that is looking to ambush up. I mean, also, I do get the
Well, they're just there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
General
you don't know if they'll
direction as well.
ambush you.
Yeah. I mean,
General
something that's
direction?
Are they in front of us or beside us or?
behind us or below us or.
The direction that Z pointed out.
Oh,
So,
great. They are
beside
near,
us.
near
Indeed.
the entrance to the Underdark, so they are underneath us, most likely.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, I'll just be like, have your wits about you.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
4 humanoids nearby in the direction of the Underdark.
Alright, I'm gonna move closer to where I think the entrance is, flying over it like
Okay.
10 feet above the ground, right?
Okay.
God, this can backfire me so hard. Sort of looking around just to see if I can. Oh, the fungus is like 6 feet tall now, right? Or 6 inches.
6 inches.
Oh, 6 inches. Okay. Yeah, no. Then I'm flying like 10 feet above the ground, and I'm gonna sort of see if I can like get a better closer look. Now that I'm flying a little bit closer to the ground, and with Gira's direction. And if I feel like I'm getting somewhat close, I'll cast. I'll sort of grab my violet orange shard that is hanging from my necklace with one hand, do arcane gestures with the other. I'm going to cast a subtle mage armor and forcefully trigger a wild magic surge.
Oh, you should have. Okay, one sec. Give me another
She's
perception check
correct. You
before
probably shouldn't have.
I go about this.
Yeah, another perception check.
Saw a dragon.
17.
Yeah. You fly in that direction. And as you're flying around, eventually, as you get close enough, you'd probably see like a fairly small, like in the side of like some rock faces, cave entrance, and it's kind of like, is there a word for like half of an oval, like that, but shaped.
Yeah.
And it gets very dark as it goes down. And you can tell it goes down.
How large is the opening? Like large enough for a person to move in and out,
Yes.
or like a child? Okay.
Move in and out as a person.
Also, children aren't people, so.
I meant like an adult-sized person versus a child-sized person.
People-sized person, not a tyrant-sized person.
Let me roll for wild magic.
Oh god.
Give me a second. Paste.
As a reminder, guys, I can do this 5 times in a row if I wanted to.
Do mushrooms count as people?
No.
I'm gonna say mushrooms count as people.
No. I'm gonna help you here, Ollie. They do.
They're people in my heart.
If they
doesn't
did,
specify
Hero would be
people.
very surprised. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I'm guessing they don't count as sentient.
Bosun.
Yes.
No. Did you have any particular thoughts about like what it's like? Is Z like actively forcing wild magic, or is that Bosun the player going, I want something?
No, it is Z forcefully. Essentially, he's trying to shatter the ground around him, trying to collapse whatever entrance is. So it's like, I know that there is a. Essentially, if Z, right? Z knows that if he pulls on the weave hard enough, it's very likely to cause explosions, tornadoes, essentially any kind of weather change, as well as just random things. Hopefully, he's hoping for something more destructive so that he can collapse the entrance.
Yeah, Z, you tug on the weave, and as opposed to when your magic involuntarily goofs up, you feel that like pop in your ears just very suddenly, build up pressure and then pop. And around you, in about a 30-foot radius, the mushrooms disappear.
Just cease to exist.
As far as you can tell.
Just invisible.
Hold on. You asked if the mushrooms count as people. What would have happened to us if we'd been nearby?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, is just the mushrooms that disappeared? Nothing else.
Yeah,
I'm
you're still there.
Look around. Okay. That was.
You can still see the caravan in the distance.
Yeah. I'll sort of fly down and touch the ground. Now that it's sort of.
Yeah, you. Go ahead.
No, I would say like fly down and touch the ground now that it seems like it's just grass and stone and whatnot.
Yeah, you lower your altitude. It's not very far to the ground, but once you hit, give or take 6 inches off the ground, you go to touch base, and then you see all of a sudden black spores pop out around you, and there's that scream again.
Yeah, I immediately
The
start
bones.
flapping away from the ground. As I
Yeah.
realized that I probably turned all the mushrooms invisible. It's like, Do I need to roll a con save?
You're good.
Okay. I hate this. I hate this so much. I can see the entrance now, right?
Yeah.
I'll message back to the caravan. I'll try to reach Alba and go like, all right. Can you ask everyone else if you guys are prepared? I did find the entrance to the Underdark. I'm gonna try and collapse it with a fireball. Just be prepared in case anything happens.
To Alba?
Yeah, that was directed to Alba through
To
the
me?
message. Yeah, through the message
Yeah.
spell.
Oh,
You know that you
um,
can reply.
So Alba will reply with, "Why? Just leave it alone."
Because A, there's people waiting for an ambush, and B, this is the place where the mushrooms are coming from, or at least they originated. I wouldn't want to leave it for another caravan to get attacked by random mushrooms again.
Sure, do what you want.
Let everyone know and get ready, just in case.
All right.
Yeah, and I'll fly 100 feet up from where the entrance is.
Okay.
While he's doing that, would I be able to fly up high enough where I could see where Z is?
Probably. I mean, why? Gira and Eli are trying to clear a path.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Not
I
sure
wasn't
if you'd be made aware of this at the moment.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure if he did this before we started.
No,
Yeah, if we're
it's
starting
while
doing
you
it,
guys
no.
are doing the clearing. 'Cause
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, never mind. I don't do anything then. I'm just clearing mushrooms.
Yep. I mean, you probably can see me up in the sky because I'm 100 feet above the ground at this point.
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
No, that's. I was just gonna, because I mean I have a range of 600 feet, so.
Right. Well,
But I'm clearing mushrooms, so.
Yep. I'll look down, put both of my hands forward, draw an arcane sigil with my fingers, and then let loose a fireball, almost directly straight down, but angled just ever so slightly, so that it goes into the opening of the cave as it detonates.
Okay. Okay. I will have you give me a Constitution save this time.
Been 100 feet above them.
As it won't be a very high DC,
Okay.
but
I am terrified at the fact that
that's
this
rough.
can happen, but yes. Okay. Got it. Fun save. 14.
It's however many feet of them that you're exploding at once.
Okay.
Oh boy.
But I mean, yeah, with a 14, you're fine. And I'll say, as you cast Fireball, it erupts. Do you hear the shrieking and moaning of these mushrooms as it's just like amongst the fire, a puff of black spores, like on the outside, like erupts around them. And I'll say, Fireball's a big boy spell. So as it explodes, it shakes this entrance of the cave, and I'll say you effectively block it off.
Okay.
Might have attracted some attention, depending on whether or not they were looking for you in the first place. But either way.
That
It
moment
worked.
we just trapped a bunch of traitors into a cave.
Oh, it could have been the people
That was my first thought is like, oh well, what if they need help? And I'm like, Eli would not really care.
It could have been the people from the other caravan that moved forward and left behind the other traders. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll fly back to the caravan. And I'm guessing the fire from the fireball is getting put out by the storm, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. And Eli and Gira, you guys make work clearing a path for the horses to get through the mushrooms. It will take you about 3 hours. But both of you end up being fine. You occasionally feel waves of like grief as you're like clearing these mushrooms. But both of you manage to just push it out of your mind as you dutifully work to get it cleared. And after collapsing the entrance to a cave and clearing the mushrooms, you two would be able to go back to the rest of the caravan, say it's safe, and you'd be able to very slowly get going again. And it seems the tallest they get after those 3 hours is like 1.5 feet tall. They are big.
God.
But they seem to be regrowing slow enough as long as you don't maybe keep popping other ones around you that you're able to get through the path you cleared without any trouble.
No wonder this place is called the Field of Dead Men.
Yup.
I have not seen one dead man yet.
No. But
I mean, technically, some of those were males. So.
yeah, some of the hobgoblins were men.
Yeah.
There you go. You're welcome, Eli. You've seen it.
I suppose.
I. Let's
But
try.
that was our fault.
Try and move as quickly as far away as from this place as we can, as quickly as possible. Don't want the mushroom to catch up with us, please.
As unwittingly drags a bunch of spores with him across the rest of the road. It's an
Yeah.
invasive cheese.
Oh no. It's from the Underdark.
I'm waiting for Z to wake up tomorrow just covered in mushrooms.
One second. Oh,
Before I go to sleep, I drop a
updating.
fireball on myself to cleanse. Just... I'm gonna
Just
go
press
take...
it to digitate clean.
No, I don't have prestidigitate. I don't think anyone.
Eli will be the fucking cleaning bot. It's like whenever we fucking leave the threshold of the mushrooms, it's like, all right, on the wheels, on all the hooves of the horses, on all the boots, on the entirety of Z, and just like, all right, check, you're good, go.
Gira would probably ask for the same treatment considering he was plowing through a field of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I imagine just like Eli's eyes turn into UV lights, and he's like cleansing people with alcohol.
The UV is just killing all the mushrooms. Yeah. The lantern
But,
of revealing is UV light.
Okay. But yeah, after you clear them all and manage to get through, you continue on your way through the troll claws. And it's the next day. Once the rain has fully stopped. It probably started slowing down that night. And you leave the mushrooms behind you. And you continue traveling along the road. And as always, feel free to interrupt me if I go too fast. There's a lot of travel to cover.
I would like to point out we probably see off
Yes.
on the horizon a mushroom cloud. As all the mushrooms explode in the sunlight.
It's a cloud of
Yeah.
mushroom spores.
Yeah,
it's a
it is
mushroom
look
mushroom
bad.
cloud.
yeah.
you know, you would, as long as you don't move too fast. But I'm gonna move you to this map momentarily, just so you can see the progress. As 3 days later, on the 16th day of travel, you guys would be spending the night for the first time again in a civilization.
Oh.
As you would be led to Trollclaw Ford, which is a very small hamlet located in like the heart of the Trollclaws. And there's very few people living here, but it seems like you're welcome to be in the streets. There's not really an inn. It's not many people pass through here, but you are able to spend the night here.
By the way, sorry.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that we were about the Mirror of Dead Men. We're not in the Mirror of Dead Men.
No,
That's
no,
like
no.
another 100 miles north of here.
The Fields of the Dead.
Fields.
Yeah.
Oh, Fields of the Dead. Where the
Yeah.
fuck are these?
Great naming conventions, eh?
Yeah,
Mhm.
very creative.
It's just
Yeah,
like
the mirror is all the way up here.
Yeah, okay.
No, trust me, if we were in the Mirror of the Dead Men, I wouldn't be so casually throwing fireballs around.
That bad,
Gas
huh?
explosion.
It's very bad. It's very bad.
What are you talking about? But after a night in the fort, let me double check something. You would continue on your way, and it is surprisingly quiet for the next stretch of the journey. As you would make it, all the way the rest of the stretch up from the troll claws, and it'd be the night of the 28th day of travel, so you're almost a month. Which, for the record, let me double check just to make sure I'm right. It would be midsummer.
Oh.
As you would make camp the night overlooking Dragon Spirit Castle, which I'll move you back to the splash page just so you can see what you're what you're looking at. You're
Oh.
definitely still a few miles out, but it's a little spooky. Let me get the right one. There it is. There's my castle. Boop.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Shit.
oh, I like this place.
Fun
Is
time.
Dragon Spear like a city that is supposed to still be inhabited, or is it just the ruins of a city?
It's the ruins of a castle.
Oh.
There is some houses around the outskirts of like the outside walls that you'd be able to point out. It's very big. And you can give me a history check if you want to know more about Dragonsphere.
Sure.
But it's pretty well known for specific reasons.
Such as there's a goddamn dragon skeleton hanging on top of it.
Not quite, actually. That too. It's a castle with a dead dragon on it. Alba and Z, you would absolutely know all of this. Eli, you would know some of this, but I'll just say it all since I'm sure Z or Alba would be able to tell it to all of you.
I probably wouldn't know
but
much on
yeah. it's a very, very old dwarven fortress that is known for being a home for like monstrous humanoids, and it was the battleground for 2 wars between Faerunians and devils from the Nine Hells. And it is mostly known for its interplanar portals that may or may not still be there.
Man,
Okay.
if we weren't going somewhere, I'd really want to go and explore that castle.
That sounds like a great place to go and just end up in some layer of hell. Just go
Well,
and
you
main
could
hell.
technically get there overnight if you didn't want to sleep.
I mean, we could go fight Tiamat now.
I mean, guys, I haven't saved up enough mayonnaise yet. We can't drown Tiamat in the amount of mayonnaise I have stored up.
Oh.
Man,
Sorry,
dragon
I also
bones
don't have
would be
assassin
really
yet,
useful.
Wait, Gira does have a point. We should keep an eye on the cultists because we
That
do
is a
know
very big dragon.
Yeah, that is a very big dragon that I do not want to end up becoming a Dracolich.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think they become a Dracolich after
Yeah.
they're dead.
Well, you don't know. Maybe they have
What do
true
you know about
resurrection.
necromancy?
I'm pretty sure you have to start the lich process while you're still alive.
Live, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, true resurrection.
How would any of you know that?
I
Do
mean,
I need to be
I,
concerned?
I mean,
Alba might know it
I
actually.
study
Al-
magic.
Albert
My
does
mother,
make
my
sense,
mother's a
that's
true.
powerful wizard.
Yeah.
I work with the Harpers pretty closely, and if Dragon
Yes.
Cult was my goal, then I would probably know a decent bit about the Dragon Cult in general and what they do specifically.
Mhm.
I spent the better part of the last year studying dragons. Nothing but dragons. I've become slightly obsessed with getting rid of them. I mean, making sure that they don't, take over the lands.
So he's gonna lead a crusade. Gira,
Yes.
could we either a perception or insight check?
Well, they're both the same. So let's go with insight.
Yeah, you as you settle down for the night, as everyone settles down for the night, you at this point, all of you after basically a month on the road would be able to probably generally identify who the cultists are. That being, there are 9 of them. Because I imagine you've been working on it over the past 28 days.
Yeah.
And there's definitely, it did seem like they tried to stay apart, generally speaking, throughout the road trip. And but now you see them like kind of chatting with each other. If you didn't know who they were, you could chalk it up as they're just trying to make conversation with the other members of the caravan. But it's a little weird probably since you're here. But they don't seem to be making any moves to leave or anything.
So is the red group, the blue group, and I assume the flag group?
Yes.
That would be nice,
Cultists?
yes.
Okay.
Which included the woman who was oh so conveniently distracted during their watch.
Just marking all of that. I didn't have the flag group, but I did have them all labeled as creepy. So.
But yeah, unless you do want to go out in the night and go explore Dragonspear Castle.
Do you really want to go and explore Dragon's Castle?
I mean,
I'm down.
Gira tonight would be going into all of the cultist stuff. Unless they have torches around all their stuff, then I wouldn't.
They are this entire time have been very, very intently kept eyes on. Putting the pieces together over time, you would be able to catch that oftentimes when watch is set up, one of the 9 will volunteer. At least one of them. And you can only assume to keep eyes on their wagons, whatever loot is inside of them. So it'll be pretty hard.
I mean, if it's not lit up, I mean, I'm invisible, so if it's lit up, then
You'll still
I would
be-
probably not do it.
You'll still be opening doors that they'd be able to, even if it's not
Okay.
brightly lit. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying
It'll
it'd be
be
very
hard.
hard.
I mean, if Gira approaches the rest of the party with his plan, we might be able to, put over some of our tools together.
No reason to ruin our cover. If it would be a cinch, he would probably do it. But if Gira's feeling that it probably isn't the best idea, he won't.
I do have a query.
I have maybe
Eli's carapace is mostly made out of brass, and he also has like that
Mhm.
brass orb inside of him. And the Find Familiar spell requires a brass brazier.
Uh-huh.
Could he perform this ritual in his chest cavity?
Give birth. I approve.
Yes?
You
Yeah.
still need the incense, though.
I mean, we're literally on a caravan of merchants. Do you think that they don't have
Somebody
like
probably is.
charcoal, incense, and herbs?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Eli's gonna tinker around on the inside of his chest cavity. He's gonna like
Okay.
take out his stomach, which is a bag of holding,
Okay.
and there's gonna be like some other space and stuff in there, and he's gonna like shove his own hand inside of himself, and he's gonna like tinker around, and there's like this small like platform-esque disc that's just like a table inside of his chest, and he's just gonna start like grabbing a bunch of loose parts and putting all of these loose parts in the center of this platform, and then he's going to start casting Find Familiar.
Cool. Yeah, as Gira thinks about and then ultimately decides it's not worth stealing from the cultists, and Alba stares longingly over the cliffs towards Dragonspear Castle. You perform the Find Familiar rituals. Give me a perception check, Ayla. Yeah, you, as you're performing this ritual, you are focused. You've turned on the hyper focus mode in your robot brain.
Yes.
And whoever's sitting around, you could see him doing something, obviously magical in nature, or maybe mechanical. But Eli, as you finish, and I'll let you describe it because I don't exactly know what you're thinking of once I finish. But as you finish and your new friend, like I imagine clicks into place, and it kind of like stretches its joint. You look up and you glance around and you briefly see, teal eyes blinking at you from the shadows. Teal draconic eyes. And then it goes away.
Okay, Eli sort of nods, and then he sort of takes his hands were probably in some sort of like formation to channel mana properly or whatever, so he takes away the TP from his hands, and then he sort of puts his hand inside of his chest cavity, and this tiny brass dragon just starts climbing out, but as it's moving, it's making a bunch of ticking noises and clicking noises, and it's sort of janky as it moves around, and it fits very comfortably in his palm, and he'll just sort of like hold it in that hand and then shove the bag of holding back in and like clip it into the place where like Nickel Black had set it up so that it all works properly, and then he'd just be holding this dragon and he'd just like be looking at it and having telepathic conversations with it to figure out like what's going, like, hello, I'm Eli, this is this, and he's just like telepathically just staring at this dragon, not making a sound.
I imagine, unless you want it to not be, that it's a celestial being.
Yeah, it
Doesn't
would
technically
probably
have to be.
it doesn't have to be, but it's made in the style of Mechanist because it's using a bunch of spare parts that Eli
Yeah.
maybe lifted from Nickel Black's shop, and also parts from like
Yeah.
him that aren't attached to anything. So he just like has this. It looks like it functions properly, and it doesn't look like it's a mishmash of junk. But yeah, it's just made up of parts.
Yeah. On top of it being out of Mechanist, you also have a celestial patron, which is why I thought of it.
Yeah, and I'd imagine that the patron may speak through it to some degree, but it is not it. Like, it doesn't have a consciousness because it's a construct, but when it does have a consciousness, it's probably my patron.
Yeah. Does it have a name? I didn't put a name in the token.
It does not have a name
Did you
because it
name
does
it?
not have a consciousness.
Okay. Cool.
You'll probably call it Sita.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Sita.
over Sita. There's gonna be 2 of them on this landing page.
There you go. Mini Sita.
Mini Sita.
CIDA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sita is also down here in case you want to see her.
Got it. Makes sense.
Yep.
Great bronze
Oh my god.
It's like
Work
Mini
the dream.
Diva, but it's Mini Sita. Yeah.
But yeah, you kind of have a conversation with it. It is a construct. It kind of, I imagine it's sort of like it makes clicking noises at you, and you can interpret it as like, I know what it's trying to tell me.
Yeah, because it speaks telepathically with me within like 100 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't stop yawning. But yeah, you bring the Mini Sita to life. And you have a very long, lovely conversation with it. I suppose whether or not you go to Dragonspear Castle, is there anything else you'd like to do tonight amongst the party?
There's one thing I'd like to do, which is Alba would like to go and ask Haskell some questions about working with like bone and like sort of more primitive materials. Basically, try and like ask him to teach her.
I mean, Haskell would actually be as close as a lizard folk could come to elated that Alba wants to learn the noble craft of making sure to use every bit of something that you kill. So,
yeah, I mean,
yeah, if we were able to like secure anything, which, because by the way, we've traveled for days, so Haskell would have butchered the hell out of
the parakeets.
the weird things.
Yeah.
Not wrong. Guys, quickly, let's go steal some dragon.
I mean,
blood
there's a
from
reason I wanted to go and explore that castle, guys.
Wow.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad of an idea is this?
12.
Yes.
From God, from me, or just
No, just
amongst yourself?
blanket meme statement. How bad? Yes.
Yes.
Is this a bad idea? 14.
You guys were telling me I needed to get a prosthetic arm.
Take it out of a dead dragon? Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I plan to do.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean, the
Coward.
dragon took
It's a-
it. Might as well take it back from the dragon.
That's fucking metal, I'm not gonna lie.
Ideally, yes, it'll be the blue one that took my arm.
Can we identify what kind of dragon it is based on its skeleton?
From this far away now.
I mean,
Can we
it's
see
a
its
big
skull?
one, is what we can
It's a
tell.
big one.
I can't see its skull. I think it's missing.
So
its-
the
It's in the middle, I think.
It's probably
I think that's
dug
another-
into one of the buildings, probably.
Is that
Yeah.
2 dragon? No.
No,
I
that's one
think-
dragon. The neck is
I thought it was like
It's
one
the-
dragon
there,
fighting
look.
another dragon.
I think this
It
is where
does
its neck
actually
was.
look kind of
Oh,
like
no,
it's
there's
fighting.
not
Yeah.
Because that is definitely a skull there in the middle.
Yeah, I
me,
think,
yeah,
I think
it,
I saw
it like
that, you're right.
it like curls. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause,
Oh, okay, yeah, I see. I got you.
yeah, for me,
I see,
at least where I see, it's like the tail goes like so, up here, and then goes up, 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 and around. That would be the spine of the dragon.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It does also appear to be going through several of the buildings.
Oh
so
yeah.
it's kind of hard to keep track.
Yep. Okay. Well, Alba's gonna be studying with Heskel. Z's
How far
I was
north
gonna
did
say,
we?
if-
How far north did we think the cultists were going?
Don't know.
Neverwinter,
You know
wasn't
at
it?
least to Waterdeep, and
Yeah.
then you were told somewhere past Waterdeep.
So
Yeah.
there's
I can
no
move you
chance
back to
that
the
this-
big map if you want.
So there's no chance that this is their goal.
No.
Probably not, unless they meant past Waterdeep in this direction.
You got a point, but I don't know. I don't think it's really worth doing.
What I
You
was
can
gonna
always come
say
back.
was I assume a deer is a small or larger creature.
Yeah.
It is medium or large, depending on
So-
its age.
If Haskell, or if literally, if Haskell was able to hunt a deer, he would then show
Mhm.
Alba how to turn it into various objects.
I mean, yeah, sure. You can find a deer after enough
These
time.
specific objects.
A shield, a club, a javelin, 24 darts, or blowgun needles.
Yeah, I mean, she is primarily obviously she's interested in all of it, but primarily she's interested in like how to work with bones so it doesn't break, or how to like use it properly so it's not as fragile.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Haskell. I mean, yeah, he'd probably know because if he makes clubs out of this stuff and everything, he probably knows how to like reinforce it properly, etc.
Yeah, it's like, is it like working with metal? Is it like working with wood? Or I mean, I assume it's more like working with wood than anything, or leather, things like that.
Fuck if I, the player, know. But
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I imagine it's similar to the woodworking.
Out of character, bone is a lot more like working with pewter, in the sense that it's a very sort of fragile.
I don't know how to work with fucking pewter either.
Okay, it's a brittle material, so you can't use it without any kind of reinforcement, and you would use wood, leather, metal, and bone all together in order to make a structure that sort of shows off the bone without it breaking apart.
Okay, that works.
Bosun knows.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There are also some bones that are meant to fucking hit each other, like fucking skulls of
Ankylosaur.
rams and shit, and you can just like take that and like, yeah, this is my club now. This skull is not breaking, friend.
I'm just imagining Alba getting basically the claw or whatever.
Yeah, the Clar. The Clar, which is a giant lizard's skull, reinforced with metal on the inside, out of which, like the instead of a tongue sticking out, it's the Clar, which is the blade of the weapon.
Oh
It
my
looks
god,
fucking dope.
that's cool.
It's very cool.
It's both a shield and a like upgraded, almost like a short sword, because it's better than a dagger. Almost on par with a sword, so short sword, I think. It's dope. You can get like
That is very
fighting
cool.
styles for the Clar. It's disgustingly awesome. Yeah. So you guys are training craftsmanship. Eli's doing summoning. Gear, are you doing anything in particular?
Well, Gira stuff.
Just Gira stuff.
You can watch.
Yeah. I guess I'll keep Gira company and help him out with watch, because I'm a little bit concerned with the giant dragon skeleton and cultists with us.
I mean, just because they're going north, likely north of Waterdeep, doesn't mean they're not going to stop here and do something stupid.
Cool. Yeah, you guys, all do your respective things. Some party bonding over deer. And you guys keep watch. None of the cultists leave the encampment overnight. At least as far as you can tell. And eventually, morning will come. It's a new month. You guys have known each other for almost 2 months now. And you would once again set out on the road. Unless there's any last things you want to do with Wyrmbair Castle. Cool.
Guys, out of character, doing a side quest quickly. Tell the caravan to stop for a couple of days, go into Dragonspear, loot the place, and they keep going. No, I'm good to keep
going. Sounds good. You guys head out again. And you travel for another 4 days. And the 32nd day is very miserably wet and cold again, for summer at least. It is the equivalent of what? The equivalent of August. So it's still warm, but it's chilly. And it seems to promise an even wetter, colder. And you guys come up upon, thankfully, a large inn on the side of the road, a roadside inn. And the entire caravan is very happy to not sleep outside tonight. And as you all kind of grab your things that you'll need just for one night's of rest, you head inside, and you see it's not very crowded in here. There's only one group of people. And as whoever approaches the counter, the bar,
Probably Z.
probably, maybe Z, maybe if you're heading in with the rest of the group, Boyd. And you hear him say, "Hey, we
They
need a few
walk up,
rooms."
put their
Go ahead.
arms on the table at the same time, Sneak to ask for
Oh.
a room at the same time, and then they like look at each other.
All right, just fuck.
No. Go ahead.
As, yeah, as you take a step back, see, used to maybe doing the one getting the ins.
Yeah.
He asked about a handful of rooms, like quite a few. It's a pretty large inn though, so it should be able to hold you all. You see the innkeep looks embarrassed, and kind of like rubs the back of their neck. And they tell you all that the entire inn is sold out. And Boyd would probably be like, "What are you talking about? There's nobody here." And they explain like all the rooms are taken, and the common rooms reserved for a private party. You'll need to spend the night outside. I'm sorry. And Boyd seems ready to like be like, but what if? And then just sort of seems to give up. And a lot of the other people around kind of look around and then like, okay, there's not much we can do about it. And as you guys stick around a little, you look back towards the one group that's in this room. And you see, it seems to be a bunch of aristocrats, 4 of them specifically, sitting around this table. And as people start to leave, including you guys probably, just shepherd out, if not, address that after. But you see, as people start to leave, they're kind of chuckling amongst themselves, and smirking a little, and one of them calls after the group, sleep tight. And you see somebody in the group like turns and looks like they're ready to say something back. But otherwise it seems like
The
Go ahead.
people calling out to the group are aristocrats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll if someone else turned around, I would sort of also turn around, but sort of to try and cut them. Well, how kind of you. Yeah, thank you. We'll try to sleep best we can. Likewise. Have a good night, sir.
Yeah, they'd smile and say, "Yes, have a pleasant evening." Kind of like wave, like they seem amused.
Yeah.
Pascal gives them a smile. And I would like to make an intimidation check, even though I'm not.
Sure.
Just because a lizard folk smiling isn't the prettiest.
Oh my god.
You still have bits of flesh in your teeth
Yeah.
because you don't know what brushing your teeth is.
Yeah, they're still like red from like eating earlier.
Yeah, you bare your teeth at these people. And you see they kind of like grow quiet for a moment and like look amongst each other. But don't move unless you approach them. But
No, Haskell doesn't approach them because he was just giving them a friendly smile. That's all. He'll leave because I just wanted to see if they got scared.
Yeah. Not sure if anyone else wants to do anything, but the innkeep looks. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, because what I want to do is only after we leave the place.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say the innkeep continues to look a little embarrassed about the entire situation as you all leave. And eventually the door swings shut behind the last of your group.
There's one thing
You're
I want to do,
probably a little
actually.
bit in the back. Go ahead.
I would like to ask Innkeep if he knows which room in particular. Quietly ask the Innkeep if he knows which room in particular those people are staying in.
The innkeep looks at you, glances towards them, and he says, they reserved all of my rooms. I couldn't tell you which ones they chose to stay in.
Okay, that's fine. Never mind.
Quick question. Do you is it somewhat possible to identify from where these noblemen might be from? Like, are they carrying or wearing the colors of Waterdeep, or maybe bearing a sigil on their, or like the lapel of their coat, sort of thing?
Give me a perception check.
Sure. Perception. Perception.
Oof.
I'm actually gonna
Um,
hang on. I'm gonna burn
Go
a
ahead.
sorcery point to reroll that with.
Okay.
That's even worse. Let's go.
No, you cannot tell.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's fine then.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, then you all leave unless you'd like to try and stay. And go ahead, Kozen. You seem like you want to
No,
try
no,
and
no.
stay. Okay.
What Alba did already gave me the information that I needed.
Okay. And yeah, as you all leave, you hear Boyd talking with I forgot her name. It's like, let me look at the thing.
Eldkin?
No. Warren, the nice old lady who's traveling with Alba, who takes care of the horses. And he seems to be complaining more than she is, about how the cold, the chilly, and the rain is gonna affect the horses, and she seems to be agreeing, but in kind of a like, it'll be all right. We can warm them up tomorrow. But I mean, unless you wish to try and continue getting in, it seems like everyone else is sort of accepting their fate. As they go about putting it, almost said the wrong thing. Getting the horses as comfortable as possible, and then preparing some sort of shelter for each other.
I would like. I'll help. Obviously, help with,
Yeah.
like setting everything up. But I would also like to keep an eye on the inn to try and figure out which room these noblemen are sleeping in.
Give me perception check. Won't be
Pro-
too hard.
I promise what I have planned is entirely harmless.
Puts away Molotov.
Go ahead, Kira. I heard you say.
Yeah, Gira would be doing the same thing because he really,
Yeah.
really, really nobleman, as everybody knows
Yeah.
him.
Give me a perception check.
Pascal doesn't know any better, and he was just like, I will enjoy sleeping outside, actually.
Yeah.
You can sleep under Groshek's.
Basically. He just cuddles up next to Groshek's tummy
Aww.
for warmth, because they're lizards.
That's
Yeah.
a cold-blooded animal. It doesn't provide warmth.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the lizards in this world are produce their own heat. Otherwise, they'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they can survive rain, but I still think they're cold-blooded. I don't know about lizard folk though. They
Yeah.
I
might
think
be
they're
warm-blooded.
warm-blooded.
They might be, yeah.
No idea.
So keep Groshek warm is what Haskell
Yeah,
says.
basically.
Yeah.
You're a space heater. Yeah. Elba and Gira. Time passes, you guys help set up. Eventually, some of the lights dim in the lower area and like the tavern area as it starts to get late. It seems like nobody else is coming. Gira, you would, I don't know if the two of you are plotting together, but you would notice first and get a good idea about what rooms they're sleeping in due to curtains are drawn, but you can catch a little bit of candlelight like pooling out from underneath one or two of the rooms. You don't know where the other two might be staying unless they're all bunking together, but you doubt it if they got all the rooms in this inn.
Boys club.
But it's probably somewhere on like either the other side of the building, or if it's a pretty big building, it could be a room without a window. But you do see two rooms, candlelight out from underneath them. Alba, you would be able to tell this later, when maybe something gets pushed or something. But
So once Alba's figured out which room they're in, she'll go up to Gira and be like, "How good are you at breaking in?"
I mean, all right, I'm gonna tell you a secret. you know all that gold or all those items that I got. I stole all the gold from that crazy guy.
Really? Oh no, that's so bad.
It's right. I'm not gonna tell him the real secret, which is I have his dead wife's wedding ring.
I mean that. Yeah. I mean, I don't. The guy was fucking nuts. He's probably better off with us than him.
I mean, that's what I thought.
So here's my
Also,
idea.
it's not like I took everything. I mean, it's still
Right. Yeah. So here's my idea. We can't do anything like actually harmful to these people, though they probably deserve it. So how about we just do something really annoying?
All right.
And Alba will pull out a small stone with a number of like small symbols that she's been drawing, and she will hand it to. She'll tap it once with a set of thieves' tools, and it will start making that noise that I just posted in Discord.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh my fucking god.
I knew it was happening as soon as you said
So you
That's
can
amazing.
torture people. This is wonderful.
So I figure you just slip that somewhere out of the way where they'll be able to hear it. It should be is audible out to about 10 feet, I think. Yeah, just leave it somewhere out of the way where they'll be able to hear it, I think.
Just glue it to like the underside of a drawer or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just super hard to find. Yeah.
Do we have any kind of sticky material that I'd be able to do that?
You're telling me you didn't buy Wonder Glue?
I can make honey.
Universal solvent.
I
when
don't
you were
think
in town?
honey is good.
Honey's sticky. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Not sticky.
You can
It's
also
not
just leave
sticky
mayonnaise
enough.
out until it gets gross. I don't know.
Honestly,
You.
girl will express that. I mean, I could also like just soak all their clothes in mayonnaise. Eli's got a bunch, so they just wake up to just soaked clothes that smells like mayonnaise.
I mean,
We'll probably be gone by the time we get up.
yeah, probably.
Oh,
'Cause we
actually,
leave at the crack of dawn.
it looks like you can make homemade glue from corn flour, vinegar, and salt water. So I can make
my
everything
God.
except for the corn flour. So if you want to make glue, just give me some flour and we can make it. It'll
You
take
just
me a
go
couple
to a
days.
local bakery and you're like, "Hey, can we have some corn flour?"
Does any no? Because we're in a trade caravan. Does anybody just
I mean,
transporting flour? I don't like.
Realistically, like Haskell probably makes some glue out of animal brains.
And
Yeah,
bone
animal
meal?
parts also work. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, I mean, Gira would probably
Actually-
know how to do that as well.
Actually, bone meal on homemade glue would be a perfect replacement for
For flour.
flour.
I mean, let's make bone glue, guys. This sounds really sketchy now.
I will point out that bone glue is a actual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, glue made out of horses was made out of the bones of the horses. The hooves.
Oh, we left a
specifically.
dead horse on the road like a month ago. Shame.
It might be a bit late to go back for that.
Yeah,
If
let's,
we had only known.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we could get our hands on glue, I would definitely just I'd be gluing that, and I would ask Eli for like a decent bit of mayo.
Okay, so I can get you 2 gallons.
That should be enough.
Okay, so I will produce 2 gallons of mayonnaise for Gira.
Oh my god.
Do you have something
Is
to
it-
keep them in? Because I have flasks.
I do not, but I will definitely take the flasks.
Okay.
Just empty your bag of holding and then turn it inside out.
Pint in glass. In gallon.
Mayonnaise cannon.
So 1 pint. Okay, so we can get 2 gallons. So you need 16. Okay, so Eli's going to dump out some healing potions that are expiring,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to fill up 16 flasks of mayonnaise for
mayo.
you.
Jesus.
He's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna want those back.
All right, not a problem. And I'll
Oh.
be putting the flasks into my bag of holding.
Yeah.
Oh, I have an idea on where you could hide that noise
Mhm.
on a coin, and then you just hide it with the rest of their coins,
Oh my god.
because that will last forever unless I turn it off.
You
Oh,
monster.
I thought it was like a stone, like the stone
I mean,
specifically. Is what did it.
no,
Which yeah,
I can just put it on any tiny object,
that's
and
definitely
unless
do
I
that.
turn it off, it will just keep making that noise forever.
We can definitely do the coin.
So I'm gonna need that mayonnaise
Sacrifice
back.
1 coin.
What?
I'm
No,
gonna
no,
need
no.
that
still
He's
mayonnaise.
gonna
still
soak
using
their
the mayo.
clothing.
That's two
Yeah.
different pranks.
Oh, you're still
do the
using it?
mayonnaise thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All
Just
right.
do both.
Um,
Fuck
Yeah.
these guys.
Scorpion know those guts. Yeah.
I imagine Eli, Elba, and Gira are like sitting together as they plot this.
Just
The-
taking out flasks of mayonnaise repeatedly. Here you go. Here you go.
He's probably like watching from a distance, sees them, it's like, oh, they're doing something fun. Wait a minute. They're plotting something.
Wait a minute.
like
That's
a
team
mom
building.
happy her
Mayonnaise.
children are bonding.
It's like, oh, the children are bonding. Hold it a minute. They are not fighting. Something's wrong.
And I imagine what happens is Gira, you would trance for 4 hours and then get everything done in the dead of the night
Oh,
when
yeah.
everyone's asleep.
Yep.
And
I'd use this
And
guy's to disguise myself as like one of the innkeeper.
yeah,
The
I
cop-
mean it won't. Go ahead.
That way, if I get caught, I can like just be like, "Oh, I was just,
Yeah.
I forgot
I
to
was just checking.
replace like the
Lamp oil.
it's the water for washman, the water in the
Uh-huh.
washman."
At 4 in the morning.
It keeps him up at night.
Well, no, the innkeeper gets up super early to tend to the needs of his guests.
Yeah.
before they wake up.
I mean, I won't make you roll any checks because they're dead asleep. It's not super hard lock to pick. And this is very funny. As you stash away a screaming coin into one of their coin purses, and then mayo their clothes.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my backpack that I've been traveling with and just
Yeah.
fill it full of the mayonnaise and then throw all the clothes in there and shake
Oh my god.
Have you seen? Oh my god. Have you seen the donut operator backpack full of mayonnaise video?
it. I have not.
Oh.
Oh my god. He falls backwards onto it and it makes the most satisfying noise.
Oh, God.
I will post it.
As you mayo their clothes and store a screaming coin in their many coins.
Is it this one? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Uh, you eventually manage to sneak out, close the doors, lock them behind you, and you leave. You all leave the crack of dawn, Boyd's still complaining about the horses, and at least the two of you, but at most the three of you, happily having tormented some rich assholes.
Also, note that I would I would switch out a coin.
Oh, I
You
assume
would
that.
take one,
Yeah.
He's not gonna give
and
them
then
money.
shake the bag so it's not on top.
Exactly.
Alright,
Just audible enough that they know it's there, but don't know where it's coming from.
And I'll prestidigitate all of those flasks clean of mayonnaise so they don't start smelling. And I now have 15
mayonnaise
empty
healing
flasks.
potions.
God damn.
They're flavored.
Half
Okay.
and half.
Ugh.
One
Blech.
I'm
night.
activated as I leave. So
One night
it would
that I
start
stopped
raining.
looking over you guys.
Guys, stop
Do
making
that.
fun of me. I'm so full of mayonnaise.
You say that like I haven't already done awful shit.
And then the group rides out in the morning with those aristocrats none the wiser.
Yup.
Uh,
I'll have to add a new one. But as you all leave in the morning, activating the coin as you do so, you continue on your merry way. And I think that's a good place to call
yeah,
session for
yeah,
tonight.
that's a great spot. Alright.
Yes, it is.
Fuck them. That's why.
Alright, I'm gonna call stream then, guys.
Yeah.
Bye stream.
Alright.
Bye,
Bye,
stream.
stream.
Bye.
Bye.